chudang soki chonam la Jangchu bardu dagni gyapsuchi Dagi chunyen gibe sanam ki Drola benchir sangye drubar shog Sangye chudang soki chonam la Jangchu bardu dagni gyapsuchi Dagi chunyen gibe sanam ki Drola benchir sangye drubar shog Sangye chudang soki chonam la Chanchu bardu dagni gyapsuchi Dagi chunyen gibe sanam ki Drola benchir sangye drubar shog.
Shogadish Mokadi.
What three mistaken religious practices does Master Bhava Viveka use to demonstrate that one shouldn't trust the Vedas?
The fire.
Yeah, jumping in fire. Don't do that.
Using water
To do what?
Purify your bad deeds.
What else?
buying and selling violence.
Yeah, cool.
Business.
And then we're gonna have to bug the Lama here in a minute because I think we're a little fuzzy about what exactly is meant by jumping in fires. To the others seemed really obvious.
Because it wasn't in the
Washing away your sins with water, and then we kind of skipped it because
No,
we
only the
understood.
commentary supplied that.
That's what I'm saying, but
That's true.
But I couldn't, even in the footnote, I couldn't say what the hell we were talking about. But we can talk about it in a minute.
Didn't that come?
Oh, it's like holy suicide or something. Jumping on a trident and.
Can we just glance at what he says together?
Yeah, sure,
Real
sure.
quick? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Okay, I'll get it ready for you.
Sitting in fires and meditating?
That's a different thing. The
That's a
fires.
different thing. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Tibetan.
Tibetan for Veda,
Rich.
literally, which literally means
Knowledge maker,
Giving knowledge.
giver.
great. God bless America. Why would the existence of a creator God, as described by the where am I? Oh, fascinating. Oh, I'm frozen, huh? That's interesting.
It's frozen.
Can you move up?
I'm frozen.
Connection.
I'm so cold. So cold.
Oh, maybe the internet will come.
Yeah, the internet's been
Ice
a little
coming
bit
down.
Yay.
weird.
Just say it out loud. You probably remember the whole sentence.
Well, I did, but then everybody yelled at me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's after
I can
lunch.
handle
You're
it.
so
Yeah,
sensitive.
you're
I
not
know.
sorry.
It seems like it's trying again. Anyway, why would the existence of a creator God, as described by the eternalists, rule out the possibility of escaping suffering?
Because if he was the one who created the suffering in the first place,
Then what? What is it about him?
He's not changing.
and he's not changing,
Yeah.
and how's he going to change your suffering?
Yeah, right. He's not just unchanging, but he's also. I mean, we could take the word unchanging, right, which was
Talk about.
Dakpa in one of two ways, and it could be unchanging, but he just said Dakpa, and that's always a little blurry with these schools. So it could mean unchanging. It could also mean
Permanent.
Eternal.
yeah, right. So same, right? Why would it be a problem if he's eternal?
Right, exactly.
Why?
You keep on bringing me back to suffering because
Because
that's
he's
the
the one who made
thing.
your suffering in the first
Or-
place, right?
Yeah, if you have an eternal cause to suffering,
Right.
Oh,
if the cause of your suffering is eternal.
I see.
And then he mentions that you probably shouldn't believe in those other pesky gods either. For example, who?
Vishnu.
In
Brahma.
Tibetan?
Vishnu?
Yeah. Kinda. Yes, but make
Kamju?
make it sound more Tibetan-y. There's this. Yeah, Kamju.
Kamju.
Right. Yeah,
you're
Kamju.
right. Thanks.
What other gods?
Rama?
Oh,
Sangha?
He is Tsangpa.
Tsangpa.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ishvara already we had, which is
Wangju.
right. Great. What problems come up around the Jain concept of the soul and its manifestations?
Because they're connected, and if they're connected, one can't be changing and the other unchanging.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
One day,
Which is which, according to them?
Which is unchanging.
The soul is changing.
No, they.
God, yeah.
Yeah, we don't. I didn't say right.
God is
the umbrella guy is.
I mean, the umbrella guy is technically something else.
Oh,
That's
is it?
liberation.
Oh, okay,
somehow an
sorry.
umbrella it's a little fuzzy.
Sorry, I thought that was the guy.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I thought that was their guy.
Yeah, the soul,
You're not doing
maybe,
the
right?
size thing, right?
I'm not. The soul is a mental entity which is somehow unchanging,
Okay.
but its manifestations are changing.
But they're supposedly connected.
So, what are the problems that come up with that? One, you said, right? How could they be connected? How could an unchanging thing cause anything?
How could the manifestations of an unchanging thing be changing? How could an unchanging thing have manifestations, by the way?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He also implied that they are somehow inseparable. And so asked how the hell you're supposed to tell them apart if they're so darn inseparable. If they're insufferable.
Insufferable.
What were the
This homework is invisible or what?
yeah? There's some sort of.
Is this a manifestation of a permanent God?
I'm willing to try again. Oh, look, something happened.
Yeah,
Quick.
Good, good.
Look at that. The thing did a thing. Okay, it's not kind of late in the game for this to make big. I know it needs to be bigger. Everybody in this room is a bossy face. Give me the Tibetan for whatever I was looking for. Substance and manifestation.
Zadang Namjong.
Yay.
Zay.
Ooh, sort of. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, cool. And then.
Do you ever forget anything?
Yes. I forget.
No, remember
Are you
that one
sure?
time you forgot?
Thanks, Kramer.
Boss, you take the plane, and then
I got the plane.
And then I have to kvetch to you a little bit about our last.
Come on, don't pick on me. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
You wanted the 3 ideas. Niepa sum.
Yeah.
The 3 wrong
Not
ideas.
really. I felt like 2 were really obvious, and the middle one was.
Yeah, so here's where I got it from.
Okay.
Okay, you follow it in my notes. It's by Jamyan Shepa.
Right.
And I made big, huge topic headers for you,
Rad.
so you'd always follow it.
You did. I saw that.
So this is how I would read the 3 wrong ideas. And I admit it could be something else, but this is all I could come up with, and I think it's very correct.
Okay.
So I don't have much doubt about it, but I have to say it wasn't there,
Okay.
you know. But Giant Shepa sucks it up. Number 1, first wrong idea is in the root text.
Right.
You know, because the root text only mentions washing with water and doing business with virtue and non-virtue. You see what I mean? Nyotong. So washing with water, and it's a very funny, I mean, since you asked me to go back to it and you don't want to make progress in this text,
I'm trying to restrict you to the middle one. That one. So I'm trying to meet you halfway here.
this is a funny thing. He puts a little poem at the end. Truki kelte chugkirna. If it's dharma to wash yourself in water, then fishermen must be totally holy. And and not to mention fish. That's a little poem at the end.
That's pretty cute.
You know, fishermen must have a maiden. Oh, fish. You know. Oh, it just means, I don't know. Denche, if you reach your goals.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay. If that's the Dharma. Okay. Okay, then the jumping the fires comes right after that in Jamya Shepa.
Okay.
Before the selling Dharma and buying Dharma, you see? Before the buying and selling.
Okay.
In Jamya Shepa, it comes between the 2.
Got
In
it.
the root text, it does not come.
Right.
But he supplies it, and I like it.
Right.
So here it is. And it's difficult to read because the typist has butchered Chung. Machod
Jumping?
is probably 1,000 times more common than Chung. So he fixed it subconsciously. And he made offering out of jumping. Okay. Machod is offering, Chung is jumping.
I remember jumping.
So yeah, so and then there's an interesting. I mean, if you really want to go into all this stuff, which is going to take time, but Jamyan Shepa adds a qualifier,
Okay.
which is has very weird implications. Read the sentence for me.
Okay. Que se me par me so Hong
Yeah.
Wa Sok Chang Wei Jik Den Du Kie Wei Gyuma Yimbar Tell.
Mayan Batao? We're telling the non-Buddhists. Mayan Batao? Keep going.
Sok La Ne Pa Tam Yibe Chir.
And then he gives a Tumpe Yamdak.
Fair na.
Good.
Example.
Che Ma Lep Sok Shin.
Nice. So this is the whole thing in the form of a debate. And this answers your question about where's the jumping the fire part.
Okay.
Because it's not in the root text. It says Gesam Mepar,
Non-virtue.
to sacrifice your body without a particularly virtuous state of mind.
Ooh.
It's almost a Mayin God.
Like you could
Right,
sacrifice your
come on.
body?
Yeah, like Buddha scrapes his blood and feeds it to the tigress.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a very interesting qualifier. And it's been put there by Jamyang Shepa. And unless you were in an extraordinarily virtuous state of mind, jumping in a fire, etc., as a method, to be born into the world of Brahma, to go to Brahma's heaven. Okay, to jump into a fire as a method of getting to Brahman's heaven. Mayan Batao? No, it's not a good method to get to Brahman's heaven. It's nothing more than Sokla, no.
Harming your life.
You're just hurting yourself. Okay. And then he gives a Tumpe Yamdak.
Yeah.
For example, it's like
But so,
Chimale, Mariposa,
oh. Chimale? Butterfly?
butterfly, flying into a
It flies
candle.
with a flame, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
moth.
yeah. Anybody can jump in a fire. That's no big deal. Butterflies do it. It's a moth,
Yeah,
but it means butterfly. But you know, moths do it all the time.
yeah.
It's like the fish thing. They're in water all day.
Right.
They'd sit in the Ganges River all day. They didn't get holy, you know.
So those moths.
Okay, got it?
Okay, dude.
Then he quotes Umanyimbo,
Okay.
also misspelled, but even more totally misspelled.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Offering a butter lamp out of jumping into a fire. Okay. No, you don't know how many hairs I lose for you guys. Well, you do know, but. So, Mer Chong La Sok Sambayi, Jikten Sok Tok Gyumayin. Jumping into a fire, stuff like that, is not a cause for reaching the heaven of Brahma. Sogla Nupe Chepichir, it's nothing more than hurting yourself.
Okay.
You're just like those moths. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all.
I'm good. I'm satisfied
Good.
with that
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Give me another one.
So it was this, was it Clear Light? I mean, it
Oh
was,
yeah.
I just don't understand. I went
Yeah,
and I put
okay.
my notes on it and I realized I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Okay. I
It
understand.
was Bobby Vivek. No, it was Shantarakshita.
Yeah, I got it.
Uh-huh.
I know where it is. It's somewhere in here.
What was the root text for that quote?
And I tried to translate.
I'm gonna
it,
go
and it
get
was
you the
just
root
not-
text.
It was just unintelligible, even my English.
Essence of the
No, I think it was
Was it
Shantarakshita.
three?
I think.
No, we're talking about the last quote we just said.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that which is born
It's
and
here.
destroyed is only the right.
It's
Yeah.
here.
This is,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'm taking it, and I can't say I have a commentary on it. I don't think. I'm taking the last line as three synonyms in a row.
Okay. Right.
Dogme, Selnam, Timame.
Which
Yeah.
applies to what, though? I mean, that's great. He said three words in a row that mean the same thing.
Yeah. Kedan Jibu Chichenki Nandan Kona Bashita.
What is Dakme Selnon Dreama Maple?
Let me see. Namdang. Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is how I read it. Okay, after much, you know,
I do.
losing hair with it. Only one of the two is kinjik. Don't forget the definition of mitakpa in Buddhism is kechiki, kenjiki, kenjipichu.
Instant by instant.
Yeah, kejik. Coming into existence, I mean, dying boring. Kenji. Okay.
Only the number.
And here it is again. Okay. There's only one thing in this discussion, which is starting and stopping,
Yeah.
and it's not the Ze.
It is not right.
Because according to you, the Ze is unchanging God
Right.
entity.
Right.
They take Ze to be God stuff. Okay? So according to you, it could be said to a Christian. You know? Okay. So of these two guys, the unchanging eternal Ze, God stuff, who never changes when he does something, which is in a, you know,
It's already a
okay?
contradiction.
Yeah, he changes. The stuff he makes changes, but he don't change. And he makes stuff that comes in that starts and stops, but he don't change. He's eternal. And they kind of mix eternal with unchanging. Okay? In my opinion,
Yeah.
it's only the namdang, the thing which starts and stops, okay?
Yeah.
There's that bashik that Xiaoping was fighting with, only, okay? Only that one. Ta. That's the only real one. That's the only one that could be real
Okay.
of the two. The guy, the unchanging guy who made the changing thing, of the two, I can only buy the changing one.
Okay. So
Okay.
Yandak Yugir De Yichir meaning.
And for that reason, there is no doc, because don't forget, all these guys are called Dakists. You know, eternalists. We're shooting the eternalists with our shotgun all together.
Yeah.
And they would say Ze and Dak are the same. You see? The whole point is they think Ze is Dak. The self nature, the real nature. Okay? Then we say, if you only accept the expression
Yeah.
that this God makes,
Yeah.
then you're stuck without a God. Then that's clear light, and that's purity. That's how I read it.
Okay.
And I totally agree it could be read in 1,000 different ways.
Yeah. So just the Yandak Yugir like that's the line that I'm.
Yeah, I would say the only real one is the expression, and for that reason, there is no self.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? It's a tough verse.
Okay.
It's a very tough verse. We're left with the absence of the God, which is emptiness,
Wow.
which is the clear light. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Okay.
And that's Timamepa. That's Vimala.
Thanks
Okay.
for the help. I'm sorry.
No, I like
this
it.
backwards.
But this is, it's, you know, he just gives us tantalizing little parts of these things. He doesn't tell us anything. Now, here's a worse one.
Oh, good.
Okay, you asked for it.
At least it's
Please read.
extensive. Yang umakyenle ditar mangepan yinyi.
Titar mange panyin. Yeah, titar
shit,
mange panyin.
Ditar mange.
It would be nice to put the rest of the verse in there, wouldn't it?
Certainly not like
Yeah, that's the kind of thing we tend to do, right?
Let me find that. What is it? Titar. Ni. I'm just gonna look for Niyan.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I would just add this one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Because there's more, but it gets even worse. Okay. I would add this much.
Okay.
And I looked it up and I did some research, and what this is a response to an argument that plants have life because they lose their leaves in the winter.
That shame.
They go through cycles of growth like animals do. They get quieter in the winter. They're stronger in the spring and the summer. if you shave an animal's hair off, it will grow back. And if you pull leaves off of a plant, they will grow back.
They lump
Okay.
animals in with plants somewhere in the notes?
They're just saying plants are a kind of animal.
Okay.
Because when you shave an animal's fur, it will grow back. And when you pull a plant's leaves, they will grow back. And they get quiet in the winter, like bears, and they come back in the summer. Okay? So, okay?
Yeah.
So, so if because of that, you say that plants have a mind, okay? Just because of the similarity in certain similar patterns of their behavior, I say mange. Yeah, it's not definitely the case. It doesn't have to be a connection. It doesn't have to be that they therefore have a mind.
Okay.
It means just because they exhibit certain behaviors similar to animals doesn't necessarily prove they have a mind.
So, Shingnon,
By the way, he says totally doesn't necessarily prove mange pa nyi.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, so detar meaning just because they're like that. Because they're like
Oh, having a mind. The dita refers to semdan chepa. Okay. It doesn't mean definitely it's that way. Dita. Okay.
yeah. Okay, but this just says plants having minds. It's not definitely that way. Is all this
Right.
says.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily prove plants have mind.
But he doesn't talk about necessity or proof or anything. He doesn't mention. I mean, you got that.
I'm going to give you that.
It says
I got it for you.
Okay, so I'll have to footnote.
Yeah.
That that's what that meant, and you tell
And
me where you got it from. So I
now look here. There is a wrap up on this in the next line of the commentary below. Okay.
Before you scroll down, did you mean for there to be an @ sign before the ma in your special curly quote?
Maybe
Or should that be the
percentage.
correct percentage?
Up above, you mean?
Right there.
Oh, right. I
Is this
forget.
something you still want to
Let me
check?
see. Nian. Mange part, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, you can put a % sign. But is that the root text? Yes, it is. Okay. Yep. I don't know why I put that. Okay. Let me see if there's a. Did I say look the commentary? Yeah, check the commentary. Yeah, I'm going to read it very fast. Okay. Jita balan the tala sopani, cows and horses, chikitula, in the springtime, tala kiwagir, they have their kids. Kini, dogs, tungitusu, they have their kids in the fall. In that, and in the same way, we see that certain plants grow in the spring and the summer. They have their kids, and other plants have in the, okay? Moreover, you can see that plants sleep. They have sleep periods.
Okay.
When they don't grow, they just sit there. And nyepetusu kind of means when they go cuckoo. Like they have really active hyper stages also. Juntu. Gungidusu, in the winter they tend to go to sleep. In the summer they tend to get frenetic. Let's call it frenetic. Okay, and so it's just as if a person were sleeping. Then what's Slopa? You want to look that up for me? LHOG. Okay, some about lapis lazuli, Viduria. Okay, and Rinchen Sernuk, a golden sprout.
Swelling in the throat.
Yeah, it's cancer.
Pata, it's called.
Huh? What is it? But what's it mean? I don't even know.
It seems like a cancer or like a goiter or some swelling in the throat.
I think we've had this.
Oh, churu means coral. Okay, so
Species of leopard. Or a goiter. Either one or the other.
tra trekpana trani lekyang kewa gyur just because when you shave fur, it grows back, it doesn't prove that if a plant grows back, it has. And because the other guy wants to say it's just like fingernails and hair. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, he's talking about inanimate things that seem to grow, like coral reefs, seem to get, accrete.
Okay.
So hlopa is some kind of,
Like they're animate.
and certain kinds.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
What's their bodies?
And crystals tend to grow.
Yeah, right. And everyone
Okay.
knows in Sedona, the crystals also know things.
I think it's our response. Just because things get fatter doesn't mean they're alive. Let's look at crystals. Let's look at coral reefs. Okay.
Okay, and that's okay for a while.
That's all.
Okay.
The proof is they don't. Not everything that exhibits lifelike behavior has a mind.
Fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, which he gives us also in that.
Yeah. Oh, the first two lines are about the gold crystals and stuff like that, but I didn't put it in because I thought it would be too complicated.
Okay. But Chenila was giving it to us also.
No, I went and found it for you from.
Toge Warwa. But isn't
Yeah.
that the next line he's giving us?
Oh, let's go see.
See?
This is a whole different one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Toge Warwa le. Jitar mikme kyang kyap chak
Cup.
cup chak tang ye war gyur pa le chak jar wa gyur wa tang she soki shing sokpa den de pa ka.
Yeah, so are you saying that needles drawn to magnetic clumps of metal have eyes? Because they exhibit movement towards an object? They seem to seek out this object. Do they somehow have eyes at the tip of the needle? That's all. It's a sarcastic response to saying that thing about plants. Just because there's some kind of behavior that looks like it's, what do they call it in English?
Animate?
Purposeful. Yeah. It doesn't prove the thing has a mind. Okay. Compass
Yeah.
needles also go to the north, but they don't have eyes.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know if we've been totally consistent about, you clarified for us just this term when there's only a single line quotation, keeping it inside of the paragraph.
Oh yeah. This is prose. This is not poetry.
Okay.
That's all. When it's prose, I don't
Separate it.
separate it out.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't separate it out either if it's only a single line of verse.
Okay.
It,
So I'm gonna
if
leave
it's
it in
just
there.
if it would look more pretty,
Okay.
if it were indented, if there's more than one line of verse. And I think it makes it much easier for the reader who knows Tibetan to say, oh, this is a verse, you know.
But in the English, I'll say plays of reasoning says
Yeah.
an indent. the
Yeah,
quotation.
yeah, you can.
Okay.
Well, that depends. If it's a short, if it's like a phrase and not a sentence, I might not give it in an indented paragraph status.
Okay.
Put it in the same paragraph.
Yeah, because then the indented paragraph status becomes distracting if it's too short.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
So use quotes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The Harchucha says, this also I heard. I wouldn't say Harchucha says,
Yeah.
this also I heard, you know, and continue the sentence. You see. But if it was a whole verse, I would. Okay.
And the paw there, here's with you.
Which one?
The paw.
Oh, yeah. What's going on with you?
I'm sorry, I was asleep or something. Okay.
Did they
No, those are your corrections.
those are for me. Oh, for me. To
Yeah,
go
yeah,
look
yeah.
up.
Oh.
No, you marked places that I was supposed to check.
Oh, you're correct. Yeah, right.
Yeah, those are his emphasis.
Because that's
He did his comparison in two texts, and they're mostly correct.
Yeah.
I'm taking about 80% of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So do you want me to continue to point them out now while we're going through it? Or?
Yeah, keep pointing
Yeah.
them out because this is our final text now.
Yeah, well,
There were a couple before.
yeah, right. Okay. Yep, okay, cool.
But I repeat, if every translator in this room could get an alternate carving, have it input, and run the word comparison of the two files, and mark the differences, it would save me many hours of work. And you'd get a better translation. Okay, so it's up to you. If you don't want a good translation, that's okay.
Yes, what we did with my text is we just took the new one. We threw out the old one.
Uh,
just took the
I think his approach is even, no, if it's a disaster text, don't compare it.
That one
Yeah.
was really.
But get two good ones and compare them.
It took forever for us to
How do we
find
know
this.
which one?
Yeah, hers is we were having a hard time
Be
locating.
the right.
I know, but keep trying because it's so valuable. It helped me so much. Sometimes there's a really cool difference, like go mache today in the Vinaya text, not gomche.
Right,
We didn't cut the meditation, we closed the door.
right.
Okay, go mache. We didn't gomche. Okay.
So, at symbol, we took my README file out of the thing with Jiggy, but I think at symbol actually.
I have your README file. You want it?
Yeah.
I actually read it, which is very unusual.
Because at symbol may mean that this is our variant of the text.
I think it got promoted to other versions. No.
That's not good idea.
This is term 6?
Yeah.
Older version.
Oh,
Read me.
yeah.
Here it is. Just so you know, I paid attention to it.
Thank you. Differences between except in cases where.
That changed.
Yeah, right. So that is the new version. And I
With
just,
the at sign,
yeah, so that
it's
should
supposedly
be,
the cleaner version.
yeah, right. So you don't even need the percentage sign. That's what our version of the text now says. That's just to show you because you had already taken notes on that. So,
But if the old version was different from the new version, give me an ampersand. Because then let me
That's
make
what I
my
did.
own decision.
that's what I did. I'm saying
Yeah.
once you see it, you don't
Yeah.
have to leave in the percent sign.
If I don't correct it.
If you accept
Oh, no,
the-
yeah, that gets too complicated.
Okay. It's not a correction anymore. You see the percentage
Yeah, I
sign?
know.
Okay.
That's an exception.
I might still like to put one there because it differs from the original input, you see.
We don't have the original input in that file. I removed it and showed you all the differences.
Okay, I get it. Okay, but I'm not too worried about it.
Okay,
It's
all right, fine. Yeah, got this.
Many of the places we've marked with percentage signs are just ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
It's just almost an internal matter,
Okay.
But anyway, okay.
God bless. Whatever.
Like maybe we should just correct them.
Yeah, but I'm not ready to do that yet. But I probably will eventually.
Right. If
Yeah.
that's not a.
We don't want this percentage signs in our finished books with diamonds on the front.
Yeah.
You know,
Not the unfortunate.
especially if it's obviously wrong. Okay.
And for the rest of the text, after your notes, I didn't bother to mark individual differences. I just replaced it. And then we may have issues come up.
Okay,
if
that's
you
okay.
haven't even seen it.
Okay, that's okay. If I have a problem, sometimes I do. I'd say 1 out of 10 I have a problem with the correction. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Magnetic needles.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Here's the commentary. Jitar Mig Mekyang, even though it doesn't have eyes, a coupland means a magnet,
Coupling.
needle drawer. Yeah, coupland means something magnetic. Okay. What do you call it? Lodestone? And when you get close, when iron comes close to it, it'll stick to the iron, okay? But that doesn't mean it has eyes. And then he goes on to the other organs. It's like here he does ears, and then he does tongues, okay? I don't know, you want to bother with that.
I don't know that I need it for this.
Yeah, like certain pots will echo when you hit them with a stick, but that doesn't mean they have ears. Stuff like that. Okay. I wonder what the tongue one is. I'm just curious.
Venus flytrap.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, Venus flytrap. But then
Like-
it kind of overlaps with the fact that he's trying to prove that plants
Right. You
Those
be,
Yeah.
somewhat
yeah, circular.
Something about blood and flies. I don't know. Okay, let's forget that.
Come on.
Was this song about blood?
Blood and flies.
Blood and flies, but I didn't get into it. Okay, here we go.
Young
This is how we don't get progress.
Yingole Lang Chen Dulwar Cha Cheer Tang Joa Nam Ni Duwei Cheered
Keep going.
Chom Den Chong Kier Shekpa Yin Tupa Chom Den Mi Kem Min Shesodong.
kind of confusing.
It's a beautiful line, and I happen to remember the commentary, which is not very common.
Dirt.
Training an elephant.
We went through it in Thailand. We went to the whole sad story of David Datta's
Oh yeah.
jealous machinations.
Yeah, trying to get that elephant from.
Yeah.
No, he put a insane elephant in a shed with a small door and made sure the door fell down when the Buddha passed by on his triumphant procession into the city. Yeah, he's in cahoots with the prince, right? So he had a very dangerous wild elephant behind a thin screen. And, okay, if you remember in Thailand. And the other question, what was the other question? They accused of him proving that he wasn't omniscient. Do you remember?
3, I think. He had to eat horse food. for a
Good.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the big
And,
he couldn't answer whether or
Yeah.
not the soul was eternal.
yeah, but there was another funny one. Not funny, sad.
Yeah, he didn't know that Devadatta was gonna spread
Yeah.
the sangha.
Yeah, why did he ordain Devadatta if he knew Devadatta was going to cause a schism? If he knew Devadatta was going to steal his disciples and do the worst thing you can do, split the sangha, then that proves he's not omniscient. Okay, and here's part of the answer. Langchen Duwa Chachir Dan, he wanted to tame the elephant, and he wanted to tame the people of the city. It's a joke, you know. He was taming elephants, and he was taming you guys. And that's why he let them put the elephant. Okay, got it? He was taming elephants, and he was taming people.
When the Buddha came to the city.
Yeah, when the Buddha came to the city. Okay, it's not that what?
He's not omniscient.
Yeah, it's not that he didn't know. It's not that the Muni, the conqueror, Bhagavan, didn't know. Okay, got it?
Yeah,
There was a method to his madness, we say in English, idiom.
yeah.
There was a purpose why he was acting a little bit stupid.
It's funny. He's answering an example they did not give him, but
Say again?
he's answering an example that he did not.
Yeah, they didn't specifically mention the elephant thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So how? Okay.
Yeah, why did Buddha go into town? They'd set wild elephant to kill him. He wanted to show he could tame the elephant and the instigators.
Okay.
Don't think there's anything he didn't know.
How did that tame the instigators?
Yeah.
Don't think the fact that they were amazed because at the end he's petting the elephant.
Okay.
And the elephant's like licking his feet. You know, and they're like, man, what's wrong with
I
this
need
guy?
to be able to refer to that story in a footnote if I can
Yeah.
describe it briefly. Right?
It's in my Lam Rim notes. So it's in my Namdo Lakchang notes.
Yeah, we can find it.
I stopped for a whole day and did David Dada stories. Because I was always curious. There's also a story that he got a wound on his ankle from the stone that the catapult. And I was just curious about the details. Yeah, just remind me, I'll get it for you. Okay.
Okay.
I still, it's in my notes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. The elephant thing.
Good.
Okay.
Notes.
Here's the catapult thing, by the way, Gyok Pangba. Okay. Yeah, the next line says, when Devadatta shot the catapult, he was just thinking to help people when he let the stone bloody his foot or whatever. Okay? Okay. Go.
Rinchen Chengwa Le Jikten Ta Dang Den Nam She Shuna Gelwa Mi Sung Shuk Kang Chir Detar Sap Be Che Numin Drola Mi Sung Be Deni Chir Na Kenam Ki Kunken Tamche Kempar She
Shipale. Let me see what the next line says. Anyway, this is very Nagarjuna, and it's more than it meets the eye. And that's my thing about translating Nagarjuna. There's stuff in there that's just amazing, hidden. And you may not always get it if you're just translating the words, okay? And here's an example. Here we go. Jikten tadan den nam she. Nam indicates a question. So what is this first line?
How long does the world last?
Yeah, is there an end to samsara?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a... And some people say they were asking both ends. Yeah, yeah. And some people say they were just, you know, is there a back end and is there a front end? That's the point. Is there a back end to samsara? No, later. Is there a back end? Yeah, there's an end. Yeah. Is there a front end? No, that's all. So just know what you're talking about when you translate this. You know, he didn't answer the question, is there an end? But he means front end. Okay?
If asked, he wouldn't answer. Shuna.
Yeah, Shuna. When they did ask him,
When they asked,
the Gyawa, the Jina, Mesung, he just sat there.
yeah.
Shoot. He sat there without saying anything,
Okay.
which even in English means he doesn't know anything. We asked him to do, and he just sat there. Okay. Kangchir, why did he do that? What was his higher reason? Tetar Sabeche, such a deep teaching. No man.
It does not have a vessel.
He saw that they were not proper vessels
They weren't ripened. Yeah, they were.
for a deep teaching. So,
So he didn't teach.
Dola Misung. So he didn't tell them. He didn't answer to them. And I believe it's your text. And see, I'm starting to get confused because we have 17 texts going on. I believe it's your text that says something very profound after that. These next two lines are unbelievable. $50.
Because suchness cannot be understood by sages.
Nope. $40.
Because if
$30.
suchness,
2010 0. That's how Bob Harper counts when he's on the second side.
sages understood.
And if you were intelligent, you would see that that's a reason why he is omniscient.
Oh, cool. Right. Makes so much sense now.
Isn't it cool? If you knew what you were talking about,
Yeah, that's nice.
you wouldn't say it proves he's not omniscient. You would say it proves he is omniscient because he doesn't say things to people who are not ready. And he can see their mind. It's so cool. I think it's in your text also. It's not only doesn't prove that he's not omniscient, it proves that he is omniscient, that he didn't answer.
Yeah, great.
Okay?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Deni Chena Kinamki, if you were a wise man, you would know the omniscient one knows everything. For that very reason, that he didn't answer people who weren't ready. Cool?
That very reason.
Yeah, Deni Chair, for that very reason that he didn't say anything. If you were a wise person,
wise man.
you would say that the omniscient one really did know everything. And he's Tsup, Tsumo Tsup,
Spoken.
because he refers to the Buddha as the omniscient one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's doing it.
yeah. Because of what you said,
Yeah, mission one.
the omniscient one
No.
knows everything. but he doesn't call him the Buddha. That's all Nagarjuna. He's so funny. He's super funny. You know. What'd you say? Buddha doesn't know anything. The man who knows all things doesn't know anything? It's like that. It's very funny. He's very funny.
He's like Sarvajñana.
He doesn't say the Buddha. He says the omniscient one knows all things. And it's not repetitive. It's a joke. Okay? All right. And there's the original quotation somewhere in there. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Tak chaki tumbe ne suwa tang ge le chin rap tu chungwa sokla ge par
Signe.
signe rap tu chungwa sok yingi de nam ma kiamba mimbe tamche kiamba yud to she temba yin la Gepa kang yin tap la kepe do sokna selo.
Yeah, I like this, okay? Doc Jock, us guys, teacher, capital T. Sometimes Buddha is referred to as the teacher. And this is tough because this is not ablative.
Yeah.
This is not from. And from after an instrumental would be even more uncomfortable.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
which is actually helpful in this case.
The word for horse feed and the word for from are the same.
Right.
And the frequency distribution is about 10,000 to 1. Okay, so so honorific word, partake. Okay, the fact that he partaked, I know, of the barley, and Slade Chin. By the way, he consistently misspells the name Devadatta. It's past tense, gift of the gods, not giving. Okay, it's Theodore. Gift of the gods. Is your son's name is what?
Andrei.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, yeah.
Ukrainian we have Bogdan, same
Yeah,
like
Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Yeah, gift of God.
Given by God.
Yeah. Anyway, we have a friend named Bogdan. Yeah, same. Anyway, Seijin Raptuchungwa made him a monk. Yeah, ordained him as a monk. Gopar Signe.
He would have seen with his holy eyes that he didn't need to.
This is an idiom in Tibetan, and it means he saw there would be a higher purpose. Okay, so you got to understand, Gopa here means higher purpose. He saw there was a higher purpose, with and they use the honorifics. So when you say see Sikh, they're referring to the Buddha. Okay, like Chenre Sikh, Avalokiteshvara.
And then there's name the ablative.
Yeah. Here it is as from. He saw that there was a higher purpose.
And
So he did those things like ordaining and walking into the elephant's shed and
Eating horse.
okay, yinki, but okay. Dena ma kemba mayan. It's not that he didn't know what was going to happen. Okay, don't think he didn't know what was going to happen. Mimbe tamche kemba yodo shetemba yinla. So what? Now that's an important line to translate properly.
Yeah, okay.
So all these stories are told for the purpose of indicating that there is an omniscient one. That's that same idea as in the last line. Yeah. The purpose of all this is to indicate to you guys that there is an omniscient being. Okay. Now, what do we mean when we say higher purpose? Okay. The idea of higher purpose and what is the higher purpose is revealed, in works such as the Upaya Sutra, the Sutra of Skillful Means. So I went and got it for you, okay? I dug around in it, and I kind of found some stuff I liked.
Sorry, real quick before we leave,
Yeah.
can I just, so here shay is the verb, and he's using a terminating particle.
This shay here? This shay is a quotation mark.
Okay, but
It's supposed to tell us, quote, listen, there is an omniscient one. It's supposed to tell us, it's that. It's the word that. he's telling us that there is an omniscient one. Okay, the point. Doshe. Yeah, the purpose of all these stories, where the Buddha supposes it looks like he doesn't know what's going on, is precisely to inform us that there is an omniscient one, because he sees so far ahead that he knows this is going to come out well. Okay.
To give teaching that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm taking about you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful sentence, and it's very difficult. You know, the whole point of these stories is to communicate the fact that there is an omniscient one, because he does weird stuff, and it works out in the end. Okay? It's not because he doesn't know what's happening, or that he doesn't know what's gonna happen. Don't think like that. Okay, got it?
Wow.
This is his story with Rinpoche. He'd say, we'd be going to the store's always left, down Highway 9. He'd say, turn right. And I would turn right. And there'd be 3 people in the back say, you're going the wrong way. I say, we just avoided a fatal car accident, but you will never know. You know? Or we'll do a U-turn. You know, it's cool. Okay? All right. I didn't expect to find much. I didn't expect to find it, but I went to look anyway, just so I could tell you I tried.
Thanks.
And we found something really cool. Let me see.
Okay. This is in...
Yeah. Oh, this is so beautiful.
All right.
It's a super sexy footnote. Go.
Oh, great. Okay.
This is from that sutra
Kangichir?
called Skillful Means.
Where?
Rikipu.
Rikipu. Okay, Rikipu. Kangichir, Jangchu Senpei, Kiewa Tamche Tang, Sipa Tamche Du Hle Jin, Yang Dang, Yang Du Jesu, Dangwar Gyurpa De Yang, Jangchu Senpei Tap Le La Kep Yin No.
Keep going.
De Chi Chir Shena, Legend La Tene, Nga Paro Tu Chimba Tukpa Dak Yongsu Dzok Shing, Semchem Bak Dume Pa Nam Ki Dun Kyang Jebe Chiro.
Yeah, and because of this selection, we can safely translate the last sentence there as what was that higher purpose?
Okay,
Okay, we can be specific.
okay.
What was, you want to know what that higher purpose was for not ordaining Devadatta? Okay, you want to know what the higher, I'll tell you what the higher purpose was. Go look in the Sutra on Skillful Means. So I went, and just by dumb luck I found it, okay? Sort of.
I don't think that exists.
Oh, and I forget which Rikipu he's talking to. We should go find out. It could be Shariputra or Avalokiteshvara, I don't know. He's addressing one of his disciples.
Family, it's cool.
That's okay. It'd be kind of nice to tell him which one it is. Kangichir,
Why was it?
why was it that in all my births as a bodhisattva, who's talking Buddha,
Lord Buddha.
and in all my reincarnations, okay, why did I keep working on Devadatta?
Again and again.
Again, over and over, you know. Why did I keep working on him life after life after life? Even before I became a Buddha. Even before I became a Buddha. Why did I keep this asshole around? It's the Atisha question. Right? Why did I keep doing this with him? Jesu Drangwar, you know, why did I let him keep following me?
Okay.
Okay? It was a Changju Senbei Tapke.
Was it skillful means of bodhisattva?
Yeah, it was a bodhisattva's secret,
Method.
skillful means. Okay? Well, why? Oh, he says, the Rikipu says, you know, rhetorical question. Why?
Well, why?
You want to know why? Lei Jinla, you translate this last part. Super sexy.
Teaching him.
Because
No, Britain.
the foundation,
By keeping him around.
Good.
Yeah,
You're close.
Yeah, by keeping him around, I was able to get to the perfection of wisdom.
No,
all six
I
perfections.
Yongsu Dzog them.
I was able to
completely
completely
finish all 6 perfections.
Yeah, I perfected the 6 perfections on this asshole. And by perfecting the 6 perfections, I am now able to
Save
save countless beings. Is it worth having an asshole around? If I can help countless living beings? He's so cool. It's so cool. See?
That's awesome.
He irritated me. I practiced patience. I became Buddha. And because of this one guy, I can help a billion. Is it worth it? Is it okay? It's like, is it okay I ordained him and he messed up one Sangha in one world and one history, you know? I'm working on zillions of worlds.
Or maybe we should
You
re-elect
know,
Trump.
who cares about? Cancel. You never know.
Maybe not.
I guess if we're
It's a anyway. I think it's one of the coolest footnotes you're ever gonna write.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, we have time.
We're out of time by 10
That's a perfect place to stop.
These
Actually,
guys gotta go to their quiz.
stopped here.
good luck. I mean, answer them right.
Have fun.
What quiz?
Downstairs.
Oh, money baby, huh?
Sashi.
Puki Joshin Meton Cham Rira Binshin Yende Gempadi Sangye Shindu Mide Owargi Goku Nanda Shingla Chuparsho Hidam Guru Rana Mandala Kandiyatayami Di Gewokun Sanam Yeshe Tsokshin Sanam Yeshe Lechungwe Dambai Kunyi Tobarsho.
Thank you.
Shogun, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Come on.
I